And a good Monday morning to you. This weather video driven by 802cars.com. They represent 802 Toyota, Twin Cities, Subaru, and 802 Honda, all located off of Exit 7 on Interstate 89. Looking at the broad picture here with currently precipitation associated with this surface low and this trough of lower pressure. We have a strong ridge of higher pressure, and this is what is giving us fantastic weather downstream here across all of New England today, Monday. And that also comes with lower dew point temperatures. You can see that dew point temperatures basically in the 30s and 40s. Further off to the west, more in the 50s, and indeed we have 60s in this location to the south and west of us, south of the Great Lakes. Now in terms of temperature, this is the way things are shaping up right now. We're headed for daytime highs around 75 to 80 in the state of Vermont. Should be a beautiful afternoon. A great work day too with those lower dew point temperatures aiding lower humidity, and also bright sunshine, just some high clouds a little bit later on this afternoon. And this is the European 6-hourly incremental here, so let's get it up to 2 o'clock this afternoon on this Monday. We're looking at beautiful blue skies. Now, on the left-hand side here is the latest computer model run. You can see my cursor this side here, and on the right-hand side you're looking at 12 hours ago, so we can compare notes as any kind of trends with the at least the European deterministic model, courtesy of Weather Bell. 6-hourly increments in terms of precipitation. You can see precipitation knocking right at the door here by 12Z, 8 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday. And it does make it in here, it looks like, before 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So showers work in and probably some thunderstorm activity maybe as early as midday. That continues to progress across Vermont. And makes an exit. This is valid through 8 o'clock, so that 6-hour period. And then after 8 o'clock in the evening hours, a few leftover showers, maybe a couple thunderstorms in parts of southern Vermont. Move on out. We clear on out overnight. Here comes the next weather system. Now, take note that this is 18Z on Wednesday, which is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So on Wednesday, it looks like most of our precipitation holds off until the evening hours. Then that is a quicker slice. It moves on by. This is valid at 8 o'clock in the morning. And a little bit of business up in the northern tier regions, it looks like, on Thursday afternoon. But yet thunderstorms will be in some part of the state. And again, most affected along our northern tier region. That's valid Thursday. Then a check on Friday. It's a little bit less, but it looks a little more widespread in terms of geographics, in terms of all the state on Friday. Now after 18Z, it's a little bit more northerly. And then a check on Saturday. Unfortunately, Saturday and Sunday is starting to look like we're going to see more showers and thunderstorms during that period of time. This is the GFS ensemble centered on Montpelier, Vermont, and what you're looking at here is the main precipitation bursts. And you can see it's nothing today, but certainly tomorrow afternoon with this shot of precipitation here. A little bit of lesser amounts. Again, this is centered on Montpelier, so this could be further to the north. That would be valid for Wednesday into Thursday. And then we're looking on down the road here. So with the GFS ensemble, which also uses some of the Canadian data, this is how our total QPF looks like here. Incrementally, it goes up here. You can see that minimal amounts, at least in Montpelier, more northerly centered. And then, but a continued slide, but we're talking around about a ½ inch of moisture here. Now, what does signify where thunderstorms occur very nicely is our convective available potential energy, otherwise known as CAPE, and you can see where the instability days are. So that's, again, on Tuesday, just a little bit of instability. It looks like we get a little bit more on Wednesday, and then much more robust on Thursday and into Friday, as well as Saturday. Then a slow fall off here going toward the 2nd of July. So a little bit of a longer range look there. And the GFS ensemble temperature you can see here. This is up around the top of Mount Mansfield at 850 hectopascals. You can see that the temperature change is pretty limited. A little bit of a cooling off as we head toward the 30th. But in terms of 2-meter temperatures down on valley floors, you can see that today a beautiful day, 75 to 80 in general. A little bit cooler, probably closer to 70 as we get into the day on Tuesday with a little bit more cloud cover and some rain-cooled air. And then temperatures resume very summer-like, not too far from 80 degrees that finally falls off and we cool down just a little bit as we get into the late part of the weekend. Looking at dew point temperatures, you can add humidity and higher temperatures typically make that convection, and indeed this matches up very similar. So you're looking at dew point temperatures tomorrow, Tuesday, getting above 60 degrees, sort of in that 60 to 65 degree mode, really for the rest of the week and into most of next weekend. Precipitable water, the most of that is going to be on Tuesday, then conditions really between 0 and 1 standard deviations, and nothing unusual here. This is about 2 to possibly 3 standard deviations, so if there is any potential for heavier precipitation, Tuesday is the best bet. And in terms of shear, we probably have the most concerns for shear once we get above, say, 30 knots. And this looks like it could start maybe as early as somewhere along around Thursday or Friday. Now, again, this would be across our northern tier regions, so something we'll have to watch near the Canadian border. And looking at the bigger picture here, the Weather Prediction Center 7-day total quantitative precipitation forecast, you can see anywhere from around 1 inch to 1.5 inches is kind of general here, a little bit more centered toward the north than what we're going to see in the southeastern part of the state. And this matches up relatively decently for what the European model has been showing. Switching over to temperature, finally, we're at near normal, maybe even 1 to 2 degrees above normal for the most of the week here. And then around 3 days later, it's a little bit of a similarity, I guess, near normal. And much of the country across the northern tier finally heats up just a little bit. Country as a whole, you can see that an anomalous cool spot here over the center of the country. Good portion of North America is still running below zero, below normal, I should say. But you're seeing a little bit of a heating up across the northern tier regions and some areas of northern Quebec overall. Not a whole lot to look at here. As a whole, the world's about 0.2 of a degree above normal from the baseline 1979 to 2000. That's good news there. The Arctic's just 1.8 degrees Celsius, and Antarctic continues very cold, colder than normal right now. That's it from here. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights. Thanks for watching.